looking on Knife Center's website, and they had this Javelin folding knife for $9.99 on sale. And so I wanted to see how good a $10 knife was going to be. Was it just another gas station knife? It says Javelin tactical locking liner knife, 3.2 titanium coated blade, strong G10 handle scale. We'll see about that. Locking liner design, so it's a liner lock. One hand open and close. I wanted to see how well that works. Lightweight and compact. We'll measure that because they don't put the actual weight on here. And it's got a stainless steel pocket clip. It does say that it's from the Great American Tool Company in Hamburg, New York. But I'm guessing that it's Chinese made. It does have a warranty, but it'll cost you $12 shipping and handling to mail the knife in, which the knife was on sale for only $9.99. So if it breaks, you're not out. But I like to, sometimes I use and abuse and lose knives. And so if a $10 knife is any good, I wanted to check it out. So got a couple other knives that I've shown before that I thought might be comparable. I've got this Ontario Rat 1. Go ahead and open up this Javelin. The Rat 1 has AUS 8 steel, but it also has G10 handles, and it's a similar size, although it's cutting slightly longer, but it looks like the cutting edge is about the same because they've got a bigger flat spot there where the choil is. All right, let's get this Javelin out. So first thoughts, it feels a little heavier than the Rat 1. I thought those grips would feel kind of chunky and crappy, but they feel okay. Looks like it's a little bit of G10 on top of a plastic liner. The liner lock is nothing to brag about, but it does open fairly smoothly. I don't think it's a flipper. Well, not quite. You can maybe do that. It does have a lock there where you could loosen it up, maybe oil it a little bit. It's not a deep carry pocket clip, but it feels pretty solid. Not reversible, like on the Rat 1, the clip's reversible. So you can carry it tip up, tip down, left or right. And on the Rat 1, you can fling that baby open. So, but it feels okay, kind of dull. 6622 China, just like I thought. So made in China. I'm guessing it's just a cheap stainless steel. They coated the blade though, so. Well, let's see, what does it actually weigh? All right, so we got a little scale here. 28.28 pounds. Let's change the 127 grams, 4.49 ounces. Just for comparison, let's see what the Rat weighs. 4.95, so they're pretty close. The Rat's a little bit heavier. I've got this Kershaw. It's gonna be heavier, I think. Oh no, 4.53. And the Kershaw has stainless steel handles, and it's a frame lock, 8CR, 13 MOV, so, you know, pretty basic steel, similar to that AUS 8 probably. But it's an assisted opening. And it does have a reversible carry clip, deep carry. So, you know, it is what it is. It's a $10 knife. Let's see how sharp the blade comes. cutting 2 sheets of paper there, I only want 1. Well, it's not tearing it, it's cutting it, but feels like there's certain parts of the blade that are sharper than others. So I don't think the sharpness is uniform there. There's a spot right here in the middle that's not very sharp. Yeah, I can see on the edge that, you know, that grind is not uniform. But you could probably fix that, but it does cut paper okay out of the box, out of the package. It's not gonna be sharp enough to shave much hair though. Yeah, I cut a few pieces of hair off. I don't know if it tore them off or just cut them. So I guess my impressions are this is just another Chinese gas station knife. I did buy it from Knife Center, so generally you expect a good selection, decent quality there, but it is what it is. It's a $10 knife. You could use it, abuse it. It's going to perform. It actually feels pretty tight. There's a tiny bit of play, but it actually does feel pretty solid in my hand. You can't really choke up on it because the sharpening choil doesn't give you any room to choke up on it. And there's no jimping on the top of the blade, so you don't get much traction there. The liner lock is kind of difficult to close, but manageable. It does have ambidextrous thumb stud there and a stainless steel pocket clip. It does have a little hole which all knives generally have that, where you can put a lanyard, pinky lanyard or something, but you don't need it. I've got average size hands and I can get all my fingers on there. If my hands were any bigger though, that pinky would be hanging off. So, but it's, I guess a decent buy for $10. At first I thought I was gonna regret it that I wasted that $10, but no, I think it'll be an okay knife, even just to throw in a tool bag or give to one of my kids to play around with. So the handle is not super comfortable. It just is a weird kind of shape, but it'll be fine. So that's what you get for $9.99 Javelin knife. So if you're looking for a $10 UDC, check out the Javelin on the Knife Center website. Might be something you could just tag onto an extra purchase or something, just to have a cheap knife to throw around. But for a little bit more, you can get a much better knife. I bought that Ontario Rat 1 off of Knife Center probably about a year ago, on sale for $22. So I mean, it was just over that, and you get a much more comfortable handle, an AUS-8 steel blade rather than that titanium coated stainless, and you get just a solid built knife with full G10 scales and reversible pocket clip. It's completely customizable. So a little bit more, you can get that Ontario Rat 1. I think normally they're around $30 to $35. But like I said, once in a while you might catch them on sale for under 30. The Kershaw was a little bit more, I think, for that assisted opening with the stainless steel frame lock. I think I got that on clearance at $39 from Big 5 Sporting Goods. And they're probably regularly, $45, $50. So you got to weigh it out, what it is you want to carry. If you like having a cheap knife, as a throwaway knife to spare, by all means, check out that Javelin. It felt pretty solid, and I think it would hold up under normal use. So here's your joke. So there was this guy who was running a little flower shop, making a good living, providing for his family, and then one day the friars up at the monastery decided they were going to also start selling flowers. And of course, you know, their prices were really competitive. They had free labor, all that kind of stuff. So they're running this other little guy's shop out of business. And he goes up to the monastery and he talks to the friars, and he says, "Hey, could you maybe cut back on your flowers?" He says, "You're putting me out of business." And the friar says, "No, we're not going to. This is something we love doing. We're just going to keep selling these flowers." And the guy's like, "Oh man, what am I going to do?" He tried to get more competitive, lower his prices, but he just couldn't compete. And so in his last ditch efforts, he hired the biggest guy in town, a big Irish guy, Hugh McDermott, to go up there and put some pressure on the friars to get them to close down their florist business. So Hugh, no problem, big guy, goes up there, talks stuff, roughs them up a little bit, and they quit selling flowers. So you know what the moral of the story is? Only Hugh can prevent florist friars.